Welcome to the party, pal. You're from the Neighborhood Master Chaos, back with you once again for another partner label review from the fine folks at Vinegar Syndrome and I guess OCN Distribution, because they are the big papa that all these labels sort of fall under. Now, today I've got a bunch of films that are going to run the gamut from just okay to stone cold masterpieces. I've got a hell of a picture to talk to you about today, and it is, in my estimation, the best thing I ever bought off of the Vinegar Syndrome website. Let's get into it.
Back from the dead.
As a filmmaker, I understand the benefit of suspense, so I'm going to keep you waiting for that masterpiece release. Stay tuned. But first, let's talk about Donnie's Bar Mitzvah. Now, before we get into the movie, let's admire this amazing, genius slip. It looks like an old VHS cover. You got the label here. You got the label on the spine. I'm not sure if that's going to read on camera, but it is what it is. That's the back. A little artwork from the movie there. That's the logo for the party. Supposed to look like, oh hey, I filmed my cousin's bar mitzvah, and that's the cover for it. That's the VHS cover for it. But for the sake of this review, we're gonna call it a found footage comedy about a 13-year-old boy's bar mitzvah, for better or worse. This is the inside artwork, which is it leaves a little bit to be desired, but this is more in keeping with what the movie actually is. I wish I could say I loved it. And maybe if I were younger, I would have enjoyed it a little better. I think this might play better to a younger audience, but I'm in my 40s now, and this just wasn't funny. They were trying too hard, in my opinion, with this movie. And I think, for me, always, genuine comedy will get a laugh out of me.
Goddamn right.
And the main problem with the movie is there really is no plot. There really is nothing going on. It really is just people at a party. Now the problem with that is we don't know this family. We're not familiar with this family. We're not family members. If somebody tells you the story of a funny uncle, it's probably funnier to them than to us. And that's the problem here. You do get to know the characters a little bit, but it's mostly at the expense of a joke or for the sake of a joke. And you don't even know what's real, what's not, in terms of how you should take the joke. Also, as a comedy, it mixes realities. What do I mean by that? Think of something like Naked Gun or Airplane. That is obviously a spoof movie. All the jokes in that movie relate to that type of comedy. In this movie, you've got dick and poop jokes and magical realism, which doesn't make any sense. You cannot, in my opinion, successfully mix the two humors unless the writing is very good. And here, it's not. There are some great one-liners. There are some great dialogue exchanges. I think the actors are pretty good for the most part. I think they're well, actually, for the whole part, the actors are very, very solid throughout. Parts of it are like raunchy Seth Rogen comedies, and I thought, okay, that's what they're going to lean into. But then we have Naked Gun type jokes. And then we have magical realism jokes. Then we have random stuff. And I don't know, it just did not, in my opinion, meld well together. What you have here is just a party. We're at a party. We cut to different people having different conversations. Oh, have you tried anal? Oh, man, you gotta try anal. It's the best. Or kids playing spin the bottle. Or, gosh, there's so much going on. Or the Donnie's dad getting drunker and drunker, realizing that he's gay. So there's a lot of stuff happening here, but there is not one through line. Everybody here is basically written the same way. And that's a problem, too. Everyone sounds the same. Everyone basically talks the same, and there is no distinction beyond the look. beyond their appearance. Well, that's the fat drunken guy who's like who's cheating on his wife, or oh, that's the skinny drunken woman who's cheating on her husband. You know what I mean? Everything felt very much the same to a point that it numbs you, and it just doesn't work. Did I hate it? No. I had fun with it, but I don't think I'm ever going to rewatch it either. Donnie's Bar Mitzvah is going to get 2 stars. I'm going to go with 2 stars on Donnie's Bar Mitzvah. I'll let you know what the special features are in case you're interested. There's a character commentary, which is really great, featuring 2 characters, Gary and Susie. Susie's the woman who gets pregnant throughout the movie, and Gary's sort of her cuck husband. Then we have an interview with the director, as well as multiple trailers, and then a really funny thing called the Rabbis React to the Film, which is like a 1-minute, I guess, YouTube commercial thing where rabbis were watching the movie, and who knows if they were actually watching the movie, I don't know. But I thought that was fun. And the movie doesn't have any bloopers, which is a shame. I bet the bloopers on this would have been hilarious. Danny Trejo actually shows up in this. Very briefly, I'm not going to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it, if you want to see it. He's in this in really kind of funny cameo. But ultimately, there's a lot of stupid stuff in this that ruins the genuineness that could have been here, the genuine pathos. And I never thought I would say this, but I would love a remake with Adam Sandler. I think Adam Sandler making a bar mitzvah found footage type movie would have made a more genuine and funny movie. It's crazy, I know, it's mind-blowing, but that's my opinion on Donnie right now.
Who the fuck is Donnie?
Next up, Chicken Pup, is a movie that blew me away. Rancho Deluxe. Now, I'll be honest, I was not really expecting anything from this movie. Of course, when we watch anything, people say, don't go in with any expectations. That's impossible. That's impossible. There's no way you can go in without any expectations. And you know why? Because we love movies. We love movies. We care about movies. We collect movies. How could you go in with no expectations? Everyone has the same expectation. I hope it's good. Right? Let's be honest with ourselves. You can't go in blind in a movie. Well, whatever happens, happens. Because then at the end of the movie, you're just going to walk out completely blank. Because you had no emotional stake in the whole thing. Right? I mean, it's not like you go in to get a proctology exam and they're like, well, I'm going with no expectations. No, you can expect the doctor's going to put his finger in your ass and it's not going to feel good. Or it might feel good. Depends on what happens, but you can expect certain things when you go in to do something new, like a movie. And we always expect it to be good. And I expected it to be good, and Rancho Deluxe was pretty great. I've got to be honest, I was very, very impressed with this movie. I don't love this slip. I think this slip is a little weird. It doesn't really fit the movie at all. I kind of like the Art Deco look and feel of it, but at the same time, I don't. I think it's similar to Alphabet City, but I like the Alphabet City slip. This one's a little strange to me. It seems like almost like a quilt pattern. I don't know. It's very strange, but that's beside the point. It doesn't really matter. The slip is just the fancy packaging. This is a film directed by Frank Perry, starring Jeff Bridges and Sam Waterston. But what is Rancho Deluxe about? Well, what you have here is an amalgamation of directors. You have a little bit of Robert Altman and a little bit of the Coen brothers. Jeff Bridges and Sam Waterston play cattle rustlers who team up with Harry Dean Stanton and his pal to defraud a local rancher who's like a super millionaire. He's got these amazing heads of cattle that go for crazy amounts of money, and they're going to steal his cows and get rich off of somebody else's meat. That sounded bad, but you know what I meant. So essentially we have a actual cowboy crime thriller. Now it's very much a modern Western. It doesn't really fit the Western tropes, but you do have outlaws, you do have guys on horseback, and you do have crime afoot. Now the crime, and this is where the Coen brothers element comes in, is definitely on the sillier, goofier side. This never gets violent, this never gets bloody, this never gets graphic or disturbing. It's really more of a silly caper. Think Raising Arizona, something like that. This is not No Country for Old Men. This is very much Raising Arizona, Burn After Reading. that kind of film, but with a very, very 70s-esque flair. This is a very 70s movie, for better or worse. If you're not into 70s movie, you might have trouble with this movie, but the good news is, it's really damn good. Solid performances, really well directed. It looks fantastic. I will say it's very grainy. Very, very, very grainy. So I don't know if that's just a print they were, had access to, and it's just, that's the best they could do. I assume that's the best they could do. But the film is very, very grainy. You could almost eat the grain like popcorn. It's so grainy. It's disgusting. That being said, though, the plot and the characters develop in a natural, organic, genuine way, and we get to like and care about everybody. Everybody here is likable, which is a difference with Donnie's Bar Mitzvah, where nobody was likable. Nobody was likable, and nobody was sympathetic. Here, almost everybody has a sympathetic moment. Jeff Bridges has issues with his parents, and I guess an ex-wife or an ex-girlfriend he left behind. Sam Waterston sort of he's trying to reconnect with his dad. I mean, these are brief scenes, but you get what's happening. Even the ancillary characters like Harry Dean Stanton, which is really just a co-star, he has such a important part to play in the movie. Slim Pickens is in this in such an amazing role that you think is a throwaway character, but the beauty of this script by Tom, I want to get the name right, Tom McGuane, is that everything connects. And that's my favorite thing. As a writer, everything has to be important in your movie. Everything. Don't fucking throw away a scene that has nothing to do. And this is why I hate a lot of mumblecore movies and recent indie movies. You're just wasting time. A movie is a story. Tell us a story. A linear story. It doesn't have to be linear, but tell us a story. Make it a rewarding experience. Give us a reason why we're giving you our time to you. This movie, everything fits together beautifully, seamlessly. And it all comes together at the end. You might wonder, like, why are we spending time with this character? Who cares about this person? Why are we developing this individual? And then, like magic, like the best movies, it all comes together. You're like, oh, fuck. That was a brilliant goddamn movie. 5 stars. 5 stars for Rancho Deluxe. Get it. You're gonna love it. It's such a good movie. Now, again, don't go expecting gangbusters. It's a quiet, regional feeling type of crime thriller, but it's so well made and so well constructed and so well acted that you're gonna have a good time. I could have easily seen this on Criterion Collection, 100%. This could have been easily a Criterion release. So I'm very, very impressed with this film overall, and I'm probably never gonna question Fun City Edition choices again. However, I really did not like Jeremy. But that's a story for another time. You have an interview with the screenwriter, Tom McGuane, and you also have a commentary with film historian Nick Pinkerton, as well as a lovely Zoom interview with Jeff Bridges talking about the film, the importance of the film to him. This is the film where he met his wife. She was a local in Montana while they were filming, and he met his wife during shooting. Isn't that great? So this is a very important film for him, so that was nice that he was able to make the time and chat to Jonathan from Fun City Edition about the film and his time on it. And it's lovely. It's about 21 minutes. I do recommend that. After watching the film, I think you'll appreciate the movie even more. Rancho Deluxe. Get it.
So good.
Now, are you ready for the masterpiece release, the movie that blew me away, the movie that made me grateful to have discovered Vinegar Syndrome's website? I'm ready. Are you ready? Yeah, I think you're ready. Adoration.
Oh my God! Wow!
Wow. 5 stars, by the way. I'm going to just tell you right off the top. 5 stars. Adoration is one of those very special movies where you hear the plot and you're like, oh, that sounds like that could be great. And it is. It is great. It's beyond great. I would call this a masterpiece. Now, let's talk about the plot. This might not be for everybody, but I do suggest you find a way to watch it, because Adoration is one of those very, very special movies that comes out of nowhere, blindsides you, and delivers a poetic and moving experience. Adoration is all about genuine moments. These two kids are amazing. Without them, the movie would not work. Now, I don't know how difficult it was to probably cast them and find them, but their performances are alive, genuine, organic, natural. That's what I look for in a performance. A natural performance. I don't want to see the actor trying too fucking hard. That doesn't work for me. I want the performance to be natural, relaxed, and authentic. They are, if anything, authentic human beings, and that's what makes this movie really pop. The story is about a little boy named Thomas. His mom works at a mental hospital, and she's like the maid or something like that. And he just like wanders the grounds, you know. He loves animals. The first scene actually talk about character development. First of all, this slip is gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful slip here. New to the mental hospital is Gloria. Now, Paul, and that's the character's real name. Thomas is the name of the actor. Paul is instantly smitten by Gloria. She is a vision of loveliness, something he's never, ever seen in his life. You can just tell on his face. He instantly falls head over heels for this girl who apparently has a mental condition. Now to Paul, that seems almost impossible. She seems so normal, so sweet, so kind. There's no way that this girl has any mental issues. And then she starts to tell him, "They're keeping me here by force. You know, they're trying to steal my money. I'm not crazy. They're pretending, all this stuff." And poor Paul, being, I don't even know how old they are, 14 maybe, he feels bad for her. He is the protector, and she is the wounded bird. And he's going to do whatever he can to keep her safe and keep her away from the people that he thinks are doing her harm. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to tell you anything more about the movie because, like I said, you need to watch this. You need to experience this movie. It's a breathtaking masterpiece. Take my word for it. It's a breathtaking masterpiece. Look at this beautiful insert here. I love that. That's beautiful still from the movie. This is a breathtaking movie. I was glued to my seat the whole 90 minutes. No real special features except an interview with the director and some deleted scenes, which I guess would be considered special features. But no commentary or anything like that. Or interview with the cast, which I would have loved to see an interview with the young cast. Breathtaking masterpiece. I am floored. This is my only Altered Innocence release, but I'm going to be looking forward to more movies like this because goddamn, they really have a lot to live up to now. This movie blew me away. And that'll do Bugaboo, Adoration, 5 stars, Rancho Deluxe, 5 stars, and Donnie's going to get 2. Well, that is my second partner label review bundle. I hope you enjoyed this review, this look at the movies. Let me know in the comments if you have these movies or if you're interested in these movies. Did I sway you one way or the other? I'm curious. Did you love one and hate others? Let me know, because this is a two-way conversation always, my friend. This isn't gospel. This is just my opinion, and I want to hear from you. And if you are new here, please do subscribe. We'll get to hang out together again. Leave me a thumbs up on your way out the door. I will see you soon. Remember, I love you. I love you just the way you are. I mean that. Now hang in there. Hang in there for yourself. Not just for me, but for yourself. That's very important. My friend, we'll talk soon. This has been your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos, signing off for now.